Okay, I'm a UK reseller. I've been out to all my little flea markets, car boot sales, buying antiques, collectibles. So if you want to see what I've managed to pick up, stick around and I'll show you what I've got, what I paid for it, and what I think it's worth. I do love my introduction. Okay, so my name's Walter O'Neill and I run Antiques Arena. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, anything I can find really, really cheap and hope to flip it for a profit. Everything I sell goes on the website. I don't use eBay or social media. And today I'm going to show you everything I bought. I'm going to try and show you everything I bought. It's a massive bank holiday weekend and I bought loads. Some of it is affordable. I've spent, a couple of pound here, a couple of pound there, but then there's also some job lots where I've spent £300 and £400. So this is going to be a massive, massive bumper haul. Hopefully, there's a little bit in there for everybody. So hopefully, people will join and we'll get a few in and we'll have a little look at what I bought. Good morning. Good afternoon. Chop, chop, busy, busy. Work, work, bang, bang. Hi. Hello, Wanda. Nice for you to catch a live love. And hello, Richie. Even I've been eagerly awaiting this one. Yeah, it's I went out on bank holiday weekend, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to get through it all, but I'm going to try. So we'll get started, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, people will start joining in then, and we can go and hopefully have a bit of fun. I'll start off with some expensive bits, and then I'll show some cheap little bits. So, as I say, I spent a lot of money on the weekend. I wonder whether I should turn them curtains. I'm yet again filming up my mother's because my internet is still not working right. Okay, so we have a absolute beautiful Mappin and Webb. There you go, says it on the box. Solid sterling silver goblet or chalice. Now this is inscribed around the base, and it is inscribed Winston Churchill Centenary 1874 to 1974. It's fully hallmarked on the reverse. Inside is gilded. Look at that beautiful gold gilding. It has a gilded crest memorial on the front. And this is over 160 grams of silver. I think it was 162, 163 grams of sterling silver. Now I've paid £50 for it. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got the Winston Churchill connection. It's sterling silver, solid sterling silver, and it's just beautiful. And I normally sell my silver at least £1 a gram. So, and the name on this and the Winston Churchill connection, I'll probably put a bit of a premium on that. So that's my first little buy, £50. To be honest with you, I think that's come in at scrap. 160 grams. Bear with me. 160 grams divided by £50 equals 32 pence a gram I've paid for a goblet like that. That's absolutely peanuts. I got a bit of housekeeping to do actually that I forgot about before we get going properly. I want to say hello to, bear with, Angela and Malcolm. Hi both. Malcolm come up to me in Tilburg car boot sale this week and said him and his wife watched the channel. So thank you both very much for the support. And Steve, I want to say hello to Steve. I've actually bought a few pieces off Steve at Tilburg that I'll share with you in a bit. So just want to say thank you to him for being so kind to me and for saying hello. Anyway, the other piece I bought the chalice and a lot of gold and silver off Sean. That's the next piece. Clog Eye Gold, which is Welsh gold, and this is a mixture of gold and silver. And you have a sterling silver necklace with a gold leaf on it, and that's from the Tree of Life series, and demands a lot of money. Anyway, that one I paid £30 for. It's probably going to retail out, once I've cleaned it, about £70, give or take, somewhere under there. If anybody's overseas, the exchange rate for dollar to Great British pounds is about 1.2. So for every tenner is about $12. So £30 would be about $36, just to give you an example. So you can work out the exchange rate. I got stuff everywhere. It's not all expensive. That was on a table of junk metalware. Now, a lot of you will look at that and think it's just a copper tankard. It's got a wooden base. And I can tell you now that that originally was silvered, and that is 18th century Sheffield plate. That's an 18th century one. When you've got this heart finial on the back there, that's normally on there to hide where they'd rolled the silver and the copper together. But that's an 18th century yeah, sorry, distracted there by the chat. So 18th century copper tankard was originally silvered, but copper tankard from 18th century one was £1. Now, these are not what they used to be. You used to get 60, 70, £80 for a good 18th century copper tankard. I would imagine it's probably £30, £35 now, but for £1, you know, where else are you going to get that type of profit? It's got a dent on the rim, unfortunately, but I will push that out. Or I may push it out. And hello to you. This is what caught my eye. Hello, Sean. Yeah, it just caught my eye. It's the exchange. It isn't the exchange rate that stops me buying. It's the British. Oh, do you know what? I sent a parcel. I think I showed in my last video, Wanda. I sent a pair of candlesticks to America, and it was £115 or £113 postage for one item. You know, what they don't realise is that then comes off the the value of the item when people are buying it. So the only person that actually gets hit are the sellers, because the buyers, they set a price in their head what they're willing to pay for something delivered, and they'll expect the postage in that price. So that £115, if it had been £50, they'd have probably paid £50 more for the item. Anyway, that's my next little item, and it's a Stife. We have a beautiful little Stife Pirate. It's not an old one. Is there a date on it? I don't know. It's probably been in the last 10 or 15 years, but it is still a Stife collectible. And there are collector clubs for Stife, and loads of people after Stife teddy bears. That was only £3. I say it's not an old one, but it should still be something like 15 quid or 20 quid for a Stife teddy bear. And he has got an eye. They put a patch on him, but he has got an eye. Believe me, first thing I checked was, I wonder if he got two eyes. Cover your ears. So I bought an old brass and rubber ball car horn. I don't see these around that often anymore. So that was all right. That was only a £5. And again, they're not fortunes. It's probably £20, £30, something like that. But it's in good condition. Most of the time, these rubber balls are deteriorated and just shot to bits. You can replace them. But yeah, nice little brass car horn for a £5. Hello, Anya. I'm over mum's. That's why I'm doing a live instead of a pre-recorded, because I just still can't get the internet to work right. This is a nice little cheapie. Okay, bear with. I'll share a picture with you because you're going to see it tidy with our sun. So if I actually managed to take a few pictures of a few things outside. There we go. So if I share with you now, I'll get this up. This is the painting. This is an original painting Have to excuse me as well. I'm not even on my own computer. It's shocking. I come all the way over with all my stock and left my computer in the house. So you can see it's absolutely beautifully painted, and it is of Cavartha Ironworks up in Merthyr Tydfil. It's an original oil painting on board, and it was actually priced up on the back £45, and it's titled Cavartha Works. Now, I know the museum up there, the old Cavartha Castle, actually has a room dedicated to artists for selling their wares. So it's very possibly that this was actually sold through the museum, through the artists and things. It is a signed painting. I haven't looked it up yet. It looks like V Vale or V Dale. So I'm going to have to look that one up. But it was £2. A whole £2. So, it was for nothing. Hello, Heather. Go check Heather's channel out. Lovely lady. And pretty much my biggest supporter, period. Sue, hello, love. I'm glad you could join us. I'll do a little bit more jewellery, because I got tons and tons and tons of jewellery to share, and then I'll do some antiques. This group actually didn't come in cheap, and it owes me £280 for the group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, 6 pieces. But wait till you see the 6 pieces. There's the name again inside there, Clog-Eye Gold. And this is the sterling silver and gold bangle, Tree of Life. Now, if you Google these, depending on whether they're all gold or whether they're silver and gold with just gold leaves, or whether they're gold all in the inside, the prices range from a couple of £100 up to like a couple of £1,000. It's crazy. But they're stamped with a Welsh dragon as well. So that was my first piece. Now, bear in mind, I paid a lot of money for this job lot, but I'm expecting a good return off it. Then I had the Tree of Life Clog-Eye Gold earrings. And basically what makes Clog-Eye Gold so expensive and rare is the fact it's Welsh gold. Again, Clog-Eye Gold. I'm going to have to do some of that window, I think. You'll have to bear with me a second. Just turn the... Hopefully that will improve. Sorry about that. As I said, I'm still filming over Mams. My internet is still a nightmare, so I'm doing the best I can. So there you go, Clog-Eye Gold again. And it's a mixture of sterling and gold hearts set with diamonds. There are diamonds in there. You can see the diamonds just under the gold heart and in the earrings. Then I had this Scottish pin, and I have no idea what the stone is. It looks a bit like tiger's eye, because it's changing colour every time I look at it. And this is a Scottish one, I believe, sterling silver. Oligori Scottish. That's what she's got on the tag. I bought all this off trade, but she has left a very good profit on there, I've got to be honest with you. This is my favourite. Even though they're Clog-Eye, this one is my favourite by a million miles. And to be honest with you, this is the rarest. That is actual period Art Nouveau. 1911, sterling silver and enamel. It has got some issues. Where they've soldered on the 2 loops at the top, is a tiny bit of loss by each loop. You can just see it there. But that is period Art Nouveau enamel jewellery. And really, you can't see the actual tiny bits of loss unless you're actually really looking up at it under an eyeglass, or I'm holding it right up to the camera for you. I love that one. I mean, I really love it. not sure who the maker was off the top of my head now, but absolutely beautiful. Original piece of Art Nouveau enamel and sterling silver. And the final piece I had off Earth in that job lot for £280 was this sterling silver daisy ring, set with cubic zirconia, and it's got a mark on it I've never seen before. It's a Pegasus. So when I actually saw it, first of all, I thought, oh, it's another piece of clog eye, because I just assumed it was a dragon, and I looked quickly, but it's not. It's a Pegasus. It's the unicorn with wings. I presume that's a Pegasus. So that's that one. So them 6 pieces cost me £280. And truthfully, I can tell you now, I've put the bangle up for more than that on its own. The Tree of Life bangle I've put up for £295. Because there's multiple out there up for 300, and they just got the gold leaves. I got the entire section in the middle is gold. I've put the Art Nouveau pendant up for 150, and I don't think I've listed any of the others yet. So there's going to be a really good profit on there for those pieces. And bear with me now. Blushes, you've got nothing to blush about, Heather. Hopefully we'll have another meetup somewhere localish, Bristol or something again, that I can actually make, because the ones at the reseller meetups are just too far for me with the baby and everything else. Just missed the beginning. You didn't miss much, so it's okay. A little tankard and a teddy bear and a horn bangle. I love it. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, nice tiger's eye. I thought it was tiger's eye. Thank you. I always see a lot of jewelry, but don't have the confidence not to lose my shirt. Buying it with margins sometimes very slim. To be honest, though, I gotta be honest, the margins are not slim on these. £280 sounds a lot of money for that group. But if you went to a specialist, you'd pay that for the clog-eye bangle, you'd pay that for the Art Nouveau pendant, in my opinion. The clog-eye earrings are like £100, £120. The necklace set with the diamonds in and the earrings, that'd be £100 plus. So there's not really short margins, but I know where you're coming from. Well, I know it was beautiful stuff. Well, again, it's beautiful. You missed the solid silver goblet or chalice at the beginning, Sue. Absolutely stunning. Clear nail polish is used to repair enamel or coloured, depending on what is missing. There you go. I won't actually restore it. I will sell them exactly as is, because I don't mess with antiques. But whoever's buying it could. They could do that. But it's original period Art Nouveau enamel, and you just don't turn up anymore. Very rare. You'll get a piece by Charles Horner now and again, but it just doesn't turn up often. Unicorn is a Scottish emblem. It could be Scottish. I will be looking into the maker. I haven't listed it yet. Be lovely. Be lovely to catch up in person. It would be nice to actually have a reseller meet somewhere in Bristol or something. Maybe we'll get Nick or someone to sort it out again. And hopefully they will fly out. They actually missed more than I realised at the beginning, so, to be honest with you, because there's a beautiful painting and there's a tankard. This piece I like. Now, you all know I like Middle Eastern metalware. It's a large, probably 3 or 4 kilos in solid brass. But if you look down here, you got, I think it's a dragon's head and something coming out of the mouth, which would then hold the, well, this is the oil lamp in it. These are oil burners. There's 3 oil burners on there. And this is an oil burner, so it doesn't screw. It will unscrew. Trust me, I've done it. That's the thing with handmade threads. They're never as easy as machine made. So, you'd fill it up with oil, and then you'd have, I don't know whether they'd use, I would imagine they'd use some sort of wick to burn. I don't think they'd just light the oil, surely. I could be wrong, but I would assume it's some sort of wick. Look how thick that is, and it's solid brass. Anyway, I paid £5 for it, and I'm not being funny. There's more than £5 in scrap value. There really is. It's 20th century. I know it's 20th century. I'm under no delusion that it's an early one. But even 20th century is going to have some collectability. But look at that. You got the dragon's head, and then you got the reservoir coming out. Just a cool thing. The Hyperpicker, hello. I have to watch back the rest later. Come in late, no problem at all. Okay, I mentioned Steve earlier because I bought a few bits off Steve. So let me share the bits I bought off Steve. And this is the first. And it is a paperweight that reads Salamander Decorations, the United Asbestos Co. Limited, London. Now, on the day, we were debating it because if you look around there, it's quite rough around the rim. Don't get me wrong, it's got wear. Now, Steve done a little bit of research and he suggested that he felt the company stopped trading in something like 1911 or 1905 or something like that, he said. I haven't researched it yet. And we were and he thought somebody may have damaged this with this round here. But my guess is that it's been set into like a piece of marble or something. And that was the original glue where it was or went in hot into the stone. That's my feeling. I could be wrong, but it is a really rare, unusual advertising paperweight. And I love paperweights. Now it's going to need refinishing if you're a perfectionist because it's got some marks on the glass and so on. But for me, it's original. I absolutely adore it as it is. He charged me £20. Was it £20? Yeah, £20 for a job lot. The only thing that I haven't brought today is a Robert Raikes 1880 school medal because I think I've already sold it. But the rest of this come in for £20. This is the first of them. And to be honest with you, I think I rate this. I'm going to search them, but I rate that at about £30, £25, £30 online. But I will search it because you never know. It may turn up. But I like things you're not going to find every day, and that is really unusual. And then we have this. From that top here, looks very Art Deco. So I'm assuming very early 20s or even late First World War. And it's like a sweetheart brooch. But it's a picture frame. Now, looking at it, I thought sterling silver, but I've had it under an eyeglass down there, and I don't think it quite is sterling silver. It's a little bit of green coming through there. I haven't acid tested, though. But how beautiful and unusual is that? So yeah, how beautiful and unusual is that thing? That was part of the parcel for £20. Just a nice, unusual piece. Then I had off him a pair of cufflinks advertising the Sunday Times. Now that's, I believe, a newspaper. So these must have been for somebody quite important in the newspaper because I can't find any others. And they are actually stamped sterling. So these are sterling silver. And may have been done for a publisher or something like that. No. Or a supporter of the newspaper. Probably limited edition. But the Sunday Times with the memorial above them. Sterling silver cufflinks. And we wanted a tenner on their own. And to be honest with you, I'd have paid that anyway on their own. I think that was like £4 or £5 if it was an individual buy. That was a £5 on his own. The cufflinks were a tenner, and then I had these cufflinks, which he wanted £4 for, which were Royal Air Force. I got a soft spot for cufflinks. I don't know why. These are base metal. They're not anything special. But I made the parcel up, and I thought they're nice little things. Cufflinks. So, as I said, the base metal. But again, I got to have some collectible low end on the site. And even if they're like a 10 or 12 grade or something like that, they're going to sell. And they bulked it out. So if you average it, I had 5 pieces for 20 quid, so £4 a piece. Sterling silver cufflinks, really rare, picture frame brooch, and that's my favourite paperweight. So I don't really think of those few. Let's jump back. Where we at? So even love that oil burner with those dragon heads. It really is nice and heavy. I think it's going to go up for about £45, something like that. That's probably what I'm going to ask for it anyway. But I'm not being funny. It's 3 or 4 kilos of brass. It was worth more than £5 in scrap. Looked like it had a metal band around it. If that band was silver, it would explain why it's missing. Ah, the paperweight. Yeah, it could have. So rather than being set in something, it could have had silver or something around it, and they nicked the silver and weighed it in. Very possibly. It certainly looks like a glue burn to me. So that's a possibility. My thought was originally it was in a nice piece of marble, as a real nice high-end paperweight on the desk, maybe in the office or something, and it got damaged, or for their high customers. Hello, Venus the Militant. Thank you for coming. And yeah, I love them too. I love the paperweight and all, to be honest with you, it's gorgeous. Looks like a decoration around the edge, like the effect anyway. Same as what Sean just said. Very nice piece, thank you. Hello, Ian. It's on tomorrow as well, fella, you know, I don't know. By the time he lets him in, you want to get there for about 7 o'clock, but you don't actually let him in until about 7:15. Then by the time they get a table out, it's 7:30. If you're selling up, they get there about 7:15. If you come in buy-in, it's no point turning up before 7:30. But he's open tomorrow, he's actually put up. What I'm referring to is the car boot sale at Tirabirth Hengoid, if anybody is interested. Is that a London skyline above the London Times on the cufflinks? No, it's the coat of arms. I'll try and get a close up to you now, Sean. It's not a skyline, it is literally the coat of arms of them. So hopefully it'll focus in. You could see the 2 rampant lions and what looks to be a shield or something in the center. It's the shield in the center and 2 lions, or a lion one side anyway, and a dragon looks for the other side. Not 100%. There. Hello, Rolex Illusions. I keep thinking that spot on your wall is crap on my screen. Not my wall. I'm in my mother's house. I'm in my mother's spare bedroom. It's actually a flake of the plaster. This is the spare bedroom. Yep, very posh newspaper. Good find, thank you. Can't do tomorrow, go hospital. Well, I hope you're all right, mate. Okay, moving on. This intrigues me. I love the metalware anyway. It's probably Indian. But why it intrigues me, it's locked. They've sold me a locked box without ripping the lock off. Now, I have shook it, and it doesn't feel or sound like anything inside. But that doesn't mean anything, because it could be really lightweight, because this is heavy, and it could be packed tight. Why would you ever sell a box that's locked? I don't know. You know, it could be full of sovereigns. You never know. But yeah, it's an actual locked box. It's probably a spice jar or something along them lines. Tea, I don't know. Beautifully done. In my opinion, definitely Indian. But I love the metalware, and I love the fact it's locked and they didn't break the lock off. So I'm going to cut it out this week at some time, and I'm going to cut that lock off and hopefully find something treasure inside. I don't want to just pull it because it'll break the brass, because the brass isn't going to be as strong as the steel, obviously. But a nice little Indian or Middle Eastern box, lock box, whatever you want to call it. I love all the animals, the trees. Normally you get these in like hunting scenes with someone with a gun. It's nice that they haven't actually got a gun on it this time around. But again, it was a £5 and it's probably that in scrap. So I just love it. Love the patina, love everything about it. Got you just that. Sterling would normally be Scottish or American, so a bit of hunting to be done. Yep, definitely. Oh, hello, Sandra. Here's my best friend. Everybody asks where she is because she don't come on the films anymore, because obviously Sandra doesn't come to the car boot sales with me anymore. She looks after the baby for me to go. So, whoa, hang on a minute. Which one looks like a present for you? Let's skip that because I've already bought you a lamp. Hello, Belinda. A beautiful box. Thank you very much, Sue. I just can't believe they sold it locked. You love it too. Oh, you're on the box. You don't like it, Sand, honestly. It shows you have to get into those locks on YouTube without the key. Does it really? I always use an angle grinder and just like they do on Storage Wars. Straight through. Okay. Next, I had a set of 6 of these. I don't buy a lot of plates. Let me put them back down and just pick one up. I dropped a lot. I don't buy a lot of plates. I really don't. And these, every single one of them has got a different ship on there. But the reason I bought them is because of the maker and where they're from. Now, I don't know if I can pronounce it. I really don't. I probably can't. Figjo, Norway, Figgjo of Norway. And they are the Norsk Scatter series. Now, they had these up in Gethlige at £2 a plate. How could I leave Norwegian pottery plates there for £2 each? When I Googled them and checked them on eBay, and some people were asking like 30 and 40 for one plate. I had a full set of 6, all different ships, in good condition for 12 quid. So my thinking was, even if it was like 75 or 85 pounds or something like that for the 6, I might be wrong on the price, but I'll do a bit more research before I list them. But that was my thinking when I bought them, because that's when I quickly Googled it and got the gear. People are asking, 30, 35, 40 for one plate. So a set of 6 of those for £12. Absolutely for nothing, let's be honest. The baby told my lamp. Yeah, I bought Sandra a lamp for Christmas off car boot sale. It's in one of my videos. She hasn't seen it. And the baby had to tell her what she was on for Christmas. That's why I haven't hid it now, because the baby told on me. Sue saying no to Sandra. Yeah, it's from the shop days. If you actually go back earlier than that, she used to come to the car boot sale with me. And there was this one time she was coming to the car boot sale with me regular. And there was this one time she let me down. And I was lonely. So I drew a face on a sack of potatoes and called it Sandra on the video. And then we gave that drawing away to Connor and Isabel, Steve's children, and Natalie's children, who are supporters of the channel. I see. They do look like lovely Christmas dinner plates, don't they, Sand? Hello, Bonnie. My weakness is ceramics. Collector plates I would normally avoid, but these luster plates look interesting. I can see why I bought them. Believe it or not, the only reason I bought them is because of the fact they're from Norway. That's the only reason I bought them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought them. That video cracked me up. Norwegian item looking. They are a bargain, honestly. Right. I got loads more to share with you. This, I think, is my only mistake on the day. And I don't know why it's a mistake. I bought it without even turning it over. And when I saw it, the first thing that came to my mind was Port Marion, I'll be honest with you. But it is massive. And it's covered in flowers and insects all over it, just like you'd see on a bit of Port Marion. Anyway, I asked how much, and they said £4. And this thing is huge. And I thought, well, if that's Port Marion, chuck her in a bag. So they chucked her in the bag for me. Unfortunately, it's KLM Staffordshire pottery. So it's not that expensive. I didn't actually look there on the day. But there you go, KLM Staffordshire. It was only £4. And the biggest thing I've got with it is the size. I don't fancy shipping it. It's absolutely monstrous. For the value of it, I don't fancy shipping it. So I'm probably going to put that one back on a boot sale for about 20 quid or 25 quid. But that was my only real mistake of the day. And I do think it's a mistake. But if it had been Port Marion, it would have been good money. So I couldn't really leave it there. Why do I think it's a mistake? I think it's a mistake because the cost of the shipping against the final value, I don't think it's going to exceed £30-40, if I'm honest with you, if I was to put it up on the website. And I think you're talking 20 quid to ship that by a parcel force. That's my kitchen. It really wouldn't. Ship to my address. Wow. Hello, Stan. Welcome, my friend. Well, I wouldn't say fully recovered, but I'm on the mend. And I've been out buying as usual. So, but welcome to the video. This I liked, which will appeal to probably Sandra again. And we have a reproduction or replica Flintlock pistol. So obviously it's not a real one. It's a decorative piece. Now, it's got some age. And the only thing I don't like about it, it's got animal fur on the back end here. Then it's backed by stained oak, I would assume, and this metal hooks. Probably 70s, I'd guess. And then you have a Hawkins Flintlock pistol that actually fires. It wouldn't actually fire anything out, but it's just a good-looking replica. I just thought it was a nice thing. If somebody likes this type of stuff on the wall or in a pub or something like that, with this original wall mount. And it was a £5. As I said, the only thing I don't like about it is the animal fur, because it's probably deer or something like that. And I don't mean deer is expensive. So it was that. But I liked it. I liked the Flintlock, and I wasn't going to split it up from the wall mount. It's up to them what they do then. It has a nice country look. I'm sure people who collect Emma Bridgewater, etc. would like it. Well, I've no doubt it'll fly out at the car boot sale, to be honest. So I'll probably chuck 20-25 on it on the car boot sale, and it'll go straight away because the sheer size of it is huge. Just needs a big box. Sandra wants it, so a quick flip there. No, Sandra wants it for free, Sean. There's no quick flip. There's just a quick loss. Let's do a little bit more jewellery. And then I'll get back to some more bits. Now, I bought a job lot parcel off a lady, and I paid £35 for it in total. So we start off with a gold on silver. So it's sterling silver, but it's gold plated. Bracelet. This all came in for £35. Then I have a pair of gold on silver heart earrings. Quite nice because they have a little lock-in. That's it. And that locks onto the bar. So there's a pair of those. Don't ask me the stones because I haven't got a foggiest idea what dear. I know that's rose quartz. but other than that, I couldn't tell you well after that. Sterling silver clasps on the end, and just semi-precious stones, or just non-precious stones, whatever you want to call them. I had that. What made me buy it was the sterling silver clasp. Then you have sterling silver again with pearls. And some crystals in amongst the pearls. So you got pearls, crystals, and turquoise. Turquoise here as well. So there's that. Now I don't know if it's the original box. Handmade in Wales, Ronin. So if that's the original box, anything Welsh I like. Then I had a selection of rings. I got more of the jewellery haul, bear with me. We start off with Incy Wincy Spider. Look at that. Sterling silver ring as a spider set with, well, maybe a bit of onyx or something like that. It's black, so a black stone as a spider. This one was quite freaky. It's a heart, and it reads "Till Death." And inside is the inscription. I don't know whether you'd be able to see it. Open casket. Don't go there. I don't know. It's probably going to get melted. Till death, an open casket. Then you have this, which is quite cool. If you like playing a game of cards or something, you got a nice deck. Ace of spades. No, Ace of Hearts. Sorry, Ace of Hearts ring. Then I had this one. Now, bearing in mind, everything here only owes me £35 and I'm not finished yet. This is designer. When I actually look at it, there you go. There's a name on the inside there that reads Volstead in sterling silver. And I thought I'd have a little look. And would you know, they still sell them now, brand new. And it's entitled Warbird. And look at the price for there, for one silver ring. These are designer jewellery at the best. And they specialise in animal head rings and things like that. But £150 sterling for this one ring that I paid in part of a job lot for 30 odd quid, 35 quid. It's already listed for 85. I've already put it up. Then I had this absolutely stunning turquoise and silver pendant. I will get to your comments now, Richie. I did see it. Then a cubic zirconia ring. And then I had a silver bangle. Now all that, including the the gold coloured silver, £35. Bearing in mind, I have that really nice Warbird ring as well in that. So that was a really nice little job lot parcel. Right, hang on. Where we go? Let's go back. There's a nice country. Right, so that one just needs a big box, right? Can I have it for Xmas for Caden, please? I presume you mean the gun. We'll discuss this, and I don't know yet. Sandra's out. Sandra, every time she come with me, stole half of what I bought when she used to come with me. She really did. The heart looks like a berry. Do you know what? Let's get it back out because I've got a couple of different things. It's definitely a heart. It's not a spade or a berry. You had the clubs, the spades, the hearts, and diamonds. That's the four suits in the deck of cards. So it's either a spade or a heart. It's not a diamond and it's not a club. So either way, it's it's a gambler's ring if you like. Open Casket is an online store in the UK. Is it really? I didn't know that. Okay, I'll have to look that one up. Thank you. Like the spider ring. This ring's definitely a spade. Okay. Certainly is great jewellery week. Well, all great except the weird ring. Turquoise pendant is lovely. The rings come in from Tirabirth in Hengoy, the one I'm going to tomorrow. The only one left around me, to be honest with you. All the rest have shut down now. I bought them on Saturday. A lot of jewellery's been coming out of there of late. Heart pendant on the necklace. That would look like. Sorry, the heart pendant on the necklace. Right, okay. Hold on, necklace. It must be one of the others. Hang on. What do you mean that one? What do you mean that one? I thought that was rose quartz, but it could be beryl, not berry, beryl. See, that's my dyslexia. I saw a different word altogether to what you wrote down. I saw berry and you wrote beryl. I need to read more carefully. That's why I have to read things 3, 4, 5 times. A nightmare. Hello, Jeremy. Looks like most of Walter's stock is going to Sandra's. Not a hope now, mate. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will look that up so at least I'll know what it is when I come to sell it. So yeah, I see words and my brain just tells me a total different word. It's a nightmare. Right. Let's do a little pen collection I bought. Bought a pen collection. Now, a lot of them are nothing pens. But I've paid £70 for the lot. So there's a lot of them here. Just chuck them down there, make some room. So, I've got a lot of Parkers. They're the good ones. There are some good ones in here, otherwise I wouldn't have paid £70. So we got a lot of Parker and Schaefer pens. That's just a standard Parker ballpoint, but a nice one. Now all the pens are boxed. So what I'm going to do with all the nominal pens, I'm going to re-job lot them back out on the website. Anything with gold nibs. So that's like that box, but there. I don't know which one's going there yet. All of these type, I'm going to put back out. I'll work a price out of, like fiver pen or something like that, and I'll put them out as a job lot back on the website. But there are some in here that are going to be money. That's a nice Parker. Unfortunately, it seems to have lost the little clip bit. Don't know what. Is it a Parker? It's in the Parker box anyway. Yeah, it's a Parker. It's lost the clip on it, unfortunately. So that one I'll have to look that one up. Worst case scenario, we'll go with the rest of the nominal ones. That's another good one. I'll show you that in a minute. I have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen a pen like this. It's a pen that says scan and reset. That's weird, isn't it? Has anybody ever seen a pen that says scan and reset? Because I haven't. That's something unusual that I'm going to have to look at. Another Parker there, which is nothing, nothing pen. And then we have a selection of 14 karat gold nib pens. So we'll start off. I don't know what number this is, bear with. This is a Parker Duofold in a nice green with a 14 karat gold nib. That's probably a 30 or 40 pound pen, but I had to guess. This is absolutely gorgeous. The engine turning on that. And this one is, what are we? Don't screw right. Well, it's got a 14 karat gold nib. WAHL wall. What does it say on there? Doesn't say nothing on the main body that I can read there. I got it. Wall gold filled pen made in USA. So it's an American wall with a 14 karat gold nib. Now, most of these 14 karat gold nibs got half a gram in them. And when you consider 14 karat gold is about £24 a gram, something like that, it's like a tenner's worth of gold in the nib. Then I had this marble one here, which is a Conway Stewart. Again, with another 14 karat gold nib. So we have a marble Conway Stewart. There we go, I got him. And this is a 12 karat Schaefer. No doubt the nib will be gold again. 14 karat gold nib. And that's more than half a gram on that nib. So that's a 14 karat gold Schaefer there. And this one is another Schaefer, gold filled, made in USA, lifetime gold filled. That's a pencil, is it? Yeah. And we have a gold filled Schaefer pencil. So already I got 5 by there that are going to be worth good money. I don't know what this one is. Is it standard? It's another standard. Doesn't really do anything for me. What is it? It's another Schaefer, but I'll go in my job lot ones. So if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got about 5 or 6 that'll go back out at a fiver each. So about 25, 30 quid for a job lot of pens, and then I got the 5 good ones, which are going to be money. And the Schaefer, I think, is going to be the dearest of them all, but they are the ones I bought them for. So if I assume I get 30 quid back on the rest, these owe me 40 quid, which, to be honest with you, is an absolute steal. I think I robbed her. Where are we at? What markets are in Cardiff? None at all. All closed now. Splot is gone. Besma's gone. Love the fountain pens. Thank you very much. Why is that not working? Could be a spy pen. Might have a tiny camera on its end. It could be. I'm going to have to look it up. It certainly looked like it had a lens on the end, Jeremy. Spy pen. 007. Yeah, now it's owned by 00 nothing me. The pen is a pointer for a whiteboard. But why does it say scan? It would just say point, wouldn't it, Rich? Conway Stewart and Schaefer are my favourites. To be honest with you, that Schaefer is absolutely gorgeous. Big gold nib on it. Really, really nice. That's going to be the dearest pen there, to be honest with you, I think. But you'd be surprised. Roll gold pens and gold filled pens pull good money, as do the marble ones. So going for Ford Market tomorrow. That's going also. Going to Ford Market tomorrow, sorry. I'm not sure where that is. That's probably sounds like an English market. Okay, so I've had a set of 6 forks and a set of 6 teaspoons. And I can already tell you, before I open the boxes, they're in the wrong boxes. Port Marion Christmas pattern, £2 a box. So there's a set of 6 spoons, and then an identical set of 6 forks. And they are Port Marion Studio. but they were £2 a box. I would imagine they're like £10 or £15 a box, something like that. For a boxed mint set like that, they got to be like 10 or 15 quid on their set. So £2 into whatever I end up with those was a no-brainer. I bought a rug. Now, it's not a handmade rug. It's a machine-made rug, but it's massive. It's sort of 10, 12 foot by about 5, 6 foot wide. And I absolutely love the pattern on it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's so soft to feel. Anyway, I'll splice in some photos now for you to have a look at it out and about. It's a Turkish rug, but it is a machine-made Turkish rug. Where's the pictures? There we go. And those slabs in my mother's garden there are around a little over 2 foot each. They're like between 2 and 2.5 foot each. So if you work it out, it's about 12 foot by about 5.5, 6 foot, something like that. But that's the rug. And I absolutely love it. Really is a nice thing, and it is so soft to the touch. Normally I only buy handmade rugs, but I thought to myself, it's such a nice rug, and it was £15. Now 90% of people are dealing rugs will say a machine-made rug is no value. But if you want a nice rug and you went to a shop to buy that, you're talking a couple of £100. If it was handmade, you'd be talking a couple of £1,000. So I bought it anyway. It was £15, and it's going up on the website for probably £45 or £50. And it's just a beautiful rug, and it's got no holes. It's in good condition. So yeah, I just liked it. That's why I bought it. Ford is near West Sussex. I can't even read that word. Close to the south coast, right? Way too far for me to go, unfortunately. South coast of England, right? Hello, welcome. I don't know how you pronounce that. Glum. Our Royal Dalton figures worth grabbing. Been picking a few up for a tenner. Depends on the figures. They are still collectible, but they're not what they used to be. You used to be able to get like 70 quid, 100 quid for a Royal Dalton figurine. Now, the occasional one will sell for 40 or 50, but more often than not, they're like 10, 20, 30 pounds. But I still buy them if they're cheap enough. So the right ones, yes, but there are lots of low value ones. Yes and no. Okay. What did I miss there? All right, he was answering Glenn, right. Okay. Yeah, it depends on the figure. You can still get some money for some of them. And I do still buy them. More often than not, though, believe it or not. You'll find Royal Dalton figurines, the tall ones, for £5 and £10 almost at every car boot sale now. But antique dealers like myself, we still buy them, and whatever the going rate is, that's what I'll ask from. This was interesting. I have got something I don't do a lot of. I've got a postcard and photograph album. I'm holding it because that one's loose. But half the book has got descriptions of what they are. So this is the coronation chair. So you got a postcard or some form of card of the coronation chair with a full history of the coronation chair, going all the way back to the 13th century. Then you got like Trafalgar Square and things like that, London Bridge and things like that. That one I haven't got descriptions. And one fell out by there. But a lot of them have got a lot of writing there telling you about Trafalgar Square, but there, no, that's Marble Arch. That's Trafalgar Square. So this was on the market for £3. St. James's Palace with the history and things. These are actual etchings because you can see the plate mark. So these are actual etchings as opposed to postcards. St. Paul's from something Hill, Ludgate Hill, is it? on this side. I'll have to look them up. Signed etchings, and there's another etching there. What you're looking for to know if something's an etching is a plate mark. I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see that line running up there? It just shows where the plate was pressed into the paper and it's left the mark of the plate. Most of these are etchings by here. These are all etchings. Then you come into some photographs or postcards. They look like early photographs. London 4th Street. Anyway, it was only £3. I did buy some jewellery with it, but I haven't put the jewellery in today. I'd already dealt with that and it's gone. So I haven't included that. The Royal Exchange there with all the descriptions. Law Courts. The Monument of the Great Fire. So these are all like different scenes of London. But there's lots of little, as I say, lots of little snippets of information about them. You got the crowns. Anyway, it's a nice book. Still more to go in there. I'm not going to go through it all. It was £3. Again, I don't know what it's worth. It's probably worth 20, 30 quid as a book, as an interesting book for somebody. Or at least that's what I would think. Where are we at? Let me see. Forward where all the posh villains go to prisons. Okay. No comment on that one. I love the name, by the way. I always used to say that. Okay. That's it. Okay, I'm going to skip a couple of them. That book looks a labour of love. The person who made it charming must be early 20th century. Somebody took a lot of effort to write all the descriptions down of what the photographs were and the postcards are. It's just an interesting thing. Somebody's going to like it. Great history postcard album, quite a bit interesting to collectors. I would hope so, Sue. It's not really the type of thing I jump up and down over. I really don't. But it was interesting enough for me to buy it. Are you selling tomorrow? No, I'm going over to Tiraberth just for a look around buying. I'm going to see what's there. Actually, really interesting. Thank you. Just looked and got the name wrong on their website. It's empty casket. Right. Yeah, that's what's in the ring. Yeah, empty casket. Oh, let me remove that so you can see. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. And everything you need to know is there on the box. Royal Dalton, lead crystal, Canterbury pattern. And they are not all the same glass, they're in pairs. So I have a pair of champagne flutes. I have a pair of wine or water goblets. And there's a pair of, bear with. Which one are you? Size. Oh, careful. Yeah, different size, yeah. So the same glass, just different sizes. So there's two pairs of that and a pair of champagnes. They cost me £5 and they're Royal Dalton crystal Canterbury pattern. And I looked up the Canterbury pattern and it pulls really good money online. So even if I was to say, you know, £15, £20 a pair, it's £60 there for a £5. You know, a £20 a pair, £10 stem is nothing, is it, really, for Royal Dalton Canterbury? So I'm over the moon with them. Will you take the spade ring, please? Do you mean the gambling, silver gambling one? I will take it, mate. Yes, certainly. My one club's still going up in price for them. Okay, next piece. You all know how much I love my mining memorabilia. And this is done by someone called Barretti in 1985, I presume that's Barretti, in 1985. Now, the pottery is unmarked, so they've obviously just bought a blank somewhere and painted it themselves. And it is of Dinas Middle at Rhondda Valley. So it's Dinas Powys Middle at Rhondda Valleys. And it's hand painted, and it cost me £3. It's not the best painting in the world, it's not. I'm the first to admit that. But it's coming up 40 years old. It's of an old colliery. I got a soft spot. I can't leave them there. Even if it's like 15 or 20 quid, somebody's took the time to paint it. I'm going to take the time to save it. Let me see. That might be it. Nope, I got more. Hiding behind me. We have a Welsh dragon, rugby player. So he's carrying a rugby ball, he's a Welsh dragon, and it says, happiness is having Welsh friends. How true is that? And it is from the grog shop, but it's actually dated now, which is quite unusual. World of Grogs, 2001. So we're already 21 years into this little dragon. I paid 20 quid for it. It didn't come in for nothing. But when I looked at the time, cheapest one sold, undated, was like £35, and the dearest asking was like 75. I'm going to go in about 45, 50 quid. I think 45, 50 quid's a fair price for a 20-year-old grog dragon rugby player. Dragon carrying rugby ball. So yeah, but I paid up for it. As you know, you can see I've paid up for a lot of stuff in today's haul. $2.80 on a clog ice, $70 on the pens, that goblet. This is one of my favourites of the day. You've already seen it, but there's that goblet that you missed earlier, Sue. Look at that. For Winston Churchill. That's one of my favourites of the day. But yeah, I think that is it. I can't see anything else unless I have a look around. So unless anybody got any questions, we'll get the questions now, and then we'll call it a day after that. And if you've got any comments on anything you want to comment on. So let's have a look. Now you're talking, cut grass and Crystal. You know me, Sue, I got a soft spot for Crystal, but it has to be either cut glass or Crystal. I don't buy just any glass. The Canterbury pattern is a very desirable pattern. Could do with your help. Picked up 30 antique decanters recently. Don't know where to start. Send me some photographs, not individually. Line them up in groups of 5 or 6. Take 5 or 6 photographs. Email them to me. info@antiquesarena.com, and I will have a look for you, and I will point out any that look really good. The plate is really charming, even if it's an amateur painting. Thank you. He's cute. I presume you mean the dragon, not me. Drink the contents first of the decanters, yeah. Grogs are really great things. They're a lot of money. Some grogs are up like £1,000, depending on what ones you find. I've actually got a grog dragon still in the house on my shelf that I had off Jeremy 2.5, 3 years ago when he started following me, something like that. I've got quite a few gifts I've had off people over the years, and they're still in the house. I'll show you on another video sometime, because I'm not in my house now, I'm in my mum's. But yeah, I've still got the grog. I've got a little Barry Island aeroplane I've had off somebody. It's all wrote down next to the items. We'll send them off. And I've also got the Welsh Dragon painting that somebody drew when Gracie Bell was born, and they drew a Welsh, or painted a Welsh Dragon and wrote a name underneath. I've had some lovely gifts. Thanks for showing the goblet. Oh, believe me, the goblet is gorgeous. You've missed a lovely teddy bear and a tankard and a loud car horn. I presume you mean you love the crystal. How long did it take you to get your own website up and running to a successful business? years. I've actually built probably 5 or 6 websites myself, and every one of them has been a total flop. I was very fortunate this time around because I had the shop. The government gave out grants for the shops to keep running, and I invested mine. A lot of people wasted their grants. They did. I paid my bills, and what was left, I invested every penny of it into having a website built for me by a company called Upwork. Now, they don't do the work. What they are a third-party provider. So you go to Upwork, you create an account, you put out what your job is. For this case, I put up, I wanted an e-commerce website. I wanted welcome pages. I told them everything I wanted. I wanted all the pages. I wanted a shop, but I was very specific. I wanted my shop to have search engine optimization, so pictures come up on Google. Because one of the things I found in the past, I had a wonderful Vistaprint shop that I worked on, but nobody found it because the images didn't come up on Google. And when people search things, they don't search and open every website looking. They search, they go to Google Images, scroll to the image they like, and then they click on the image. So it's very important you have search engine optimization image display in Google. But I don't just mean on the website. Every website, no matter who you're with, GoDaddy, Vistaprint, or whatever, will say, yes, we put your images on Google. They do on your website, but not for your shop. What they said to me was I had to then, everything I put in the shop, had to then double up and put in the website. So the pictures attracted people that way, and it was no good. So I used this company called Upwork. I posted my job, said how much I'd like to spend, and then developers from all over the world come back and give prices and say, we can do it for this, we can do it for this. And your money goes into escrow in Upwork. They keep the money safe. And you have milestones where you release the money over projects, because you don't know where in the world your developer is going to be. Mine was in Istanbul, believe it or not. Istanbul, I know. And since then, I've had work done on it over the last 2 weeks, because I've had major problems over the last 2 weeks, because it was integrated with Zoic and a few other things, and it caused me major trouble. So I've had to have work done on it again, and I used Upwork again. Perfect company. So my website actually owes me quite a few thousand. But I was very fortunate. I was in a situation where the government grants paid for my website for me, but I would never recommend anyone build one. One of the gentlemen I'm friends with, William, actually posted a link up last night saying on Facebook, does anybody actually get any sales on their website? Because he's got a wonderful website up and he gets no sales on it at all. He gets his sales through social media. And I posted up, well, I've had over 7,000 visitors to my website this month alone, and a lot of sales. And a few other people commented as well. So you've got to have, if you're going to have a website, I would recommend going to someone who knows what they're doing, because it's not just making the pages look pretty. It's so much work goes in behind to get you found and get the search engine optimization done. I found some kind of screwdriver in there. There's a lot of backlinks and search engine optimization and making sure there's no conflicts and everything. And if you're having an e-commerce website as a shop to sell, then you've got to make sure that that shop can be found, and you can. But the most important thing is you want to make sure, A, you have full control over the website. You don't want to have to pay someone to add stock to it and edit it. You want full control of the website. And don't make a mistake I made. I made a mistake of letting them use their licensed products to build my website. So then when it came time for the end of the year, I had to go back to them to sort it out. But what I actually did was I went to another developer and said, take them away and put a license under my own name. And I paid for licenses myself. So wherever you do, make sure your website is built with your own license softwares. For example, if you've got a website builder, make sure it's in your name, not someone else's, not the developer's name, because that's what they're nasty for doing. Make sure they trap you in it then. But Upwork is a really good site, and to be honest with you, some very talented people on there. But that's what I would recommend. But it took years. And that was part of the reason I started the YouTube channel, was advertising the website and advertising the shop. So, but it can work. I make more money now on the website than I ever did on eBay. And I used to turn 1,000 a week on eBay. But the website's much better than eBay it was. And it's commission free. Wondering if you know how to get scratches out of glasses. It looks like they were put in a dishwasher. The only way to get, I've actually done a video on how to get scratches out of glass. And yeah, let me have a look. Let me see if I can get it for you. The only way is like a grinding paste. No stickers. Scratches. No, you'll have to go into my how-to section. I got a how-to section on YouTube, and it'll be in there: how to remove misting, how to remove scratches. And I actually used a drill with attachment on, like a sponge attachment or a foam attachment. Used a grinding paste, and it will actually take the scratches out. It polishes them out, same as on a windscreen. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody chuck some grinding paste on a glass windscreen and they go on there with a big buffer and they're just holding it on like I'm buffing it. You can do exactly the same with glass. Just be careful. Depending on how thick the glass is, it could shatter. But it can be done. If my local markets are closing in Cardiff, are you planning on any raids in the unwashed English lands? Yes. I will probably start going up to Cheltenham and Cheddar and along them lines. But I'm also, through the winter, going to be doing lots and lots of like charity shop videos and antique centre hauls where I go around antique centres and charity shops, and I'm going to film it all. And you'll see it all live. So that'll be a good one. No problem there. There you go. YouTube guides on glass cleaning. How's business looking at the moment? Not sure about anyone else, but eBay and Etsy have slowed down. I actually done a live chat on this the other day because I'm worried about the recession, and the boot sales are dead. I'm struggling on the car boot sales, but the internet's fine at the moment. But I do expect a major downturn by January, February. Great haul again. Well, you have a keen eye. It's just weird and wonderful. I just buy where I like, Stan, but thank you. Thanks to your mum for letting out the bedroom. I know, can you believe I forgot my laptop and all? Honest to God, it's one of them days. So I've lumped over here with 3 crates of stock and no laptop. And I sat downstairs and I had a cup of tea and I said, do you know what, I'm just going to have to film it tomorrow. And in the end, I said, I'll just come up and do a live. BT got a lot to answer to. My internet just will not stay connected. I can't even hold a phone call. It keeps dropping out on phone calls. Random question. Do you know much about First Dibs? Their prices seem to be much higher than everywhere else. First Dibs is an expensive site to sell on. You have to be picked, unless I'm mistaken. You have to be selected to sell through them. And people do ask a premium for their product, but they do sell it. I think they target the higher end, the wealthy people. But I will say a lot of the product I've looked at on First Dibs does seem to have sold, but it doesn't mean it's sold through First Dibs. Now, the products they marked as sold on First Dibs, but that could be an antique dealer who've sold it in an antique fair. They could have sold it on eBay, and they've just marked it as sold on their account on First Dibs. You don't know. But First Dibs, I've used First Dibs many a time as comparison for prices because, one, I know they're expensive. So if I want to show something to sell it, I'm going to obviously go, well, that's the potential you could achieve. And I show that then. What's the difference between brass and bronze? Now can you tell the difference? The difference is ingredients. I've actually done a blog on brass, because brass can be red, yellow, brown. Bronze is just a form of brass. But it is the ingredients is different, but the weight is also different, as is the color. I'll have to make a video on it explaining it totally. the difference. But bronze you don't clean, well, you don't clean brass either. But if I got anything here, bronze is more copper color than it is a brass color. I'll do a video on it for you over the next couple of weeks. Hello, Nick. Welcome, mate. Things are good. I see you posted the app, or not the app, but the link for the app. Let me rephrase that. You've opened a group for the app. So thank you for the ad on that. Nick has created an app, which we're going to do a live on my channel and promote it when it's ready. For people to advertise jumble sales and charity shops and thrift. It's a thrift map. So yeah, we'll do a live on that and promote it when you're ready to go, mate. I got some coins to show you in a minute anyway before I call it a day. You did the right thing with the website. It's a real good one, very professional. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Sue. God, thank goodness you don't have the shop now. It would be crippling. Could you imagine the electric bill now in that shop? I was already spending £1,500 to £2,000 a month on bills. My local post office is a convenience store / post office, so it's all in one. They got a bakery by there, post office by here, and a convenience store there, and they're paying £7,500 a month for electric. It just takes your breath away. But I agree, the shop would be crippling me now with all the costs of everything going up. Afternoon tea cake. And Etsy's expensive. eBay and Etsy. I've actually done videos breaking eBay down. The cheaper the item you sell, the greater the commission you pay. And somebody could argue and say, well, no, it's a set price. But if you sell something for £1 with £4 postage, you're actually taking a loss. You're not actually making any money. Because by the time you pay your shop subscription or your listing fee, if it's a listing fee, private sellers, I think, are free for listing. But by the time you pay your 10 or 12% seller fee, then 10 or 12% on the postage of £4 or £4.50. So let's assume 10%. So you got 10 pence out of your pound, then you got 45 pence out of your postage, that's 55 pence. Then you got your VAT and tax on top of that of another 20%. So you're actually paying about 65, 70 pence of your pound to eBay to sell an item for £1 with £4.50 postage, which I think is what the current second class recorded is now. So you make 30 pence for an item you sold for £1. Then you got to buy the item. So I don't know. They're both expensive. That's why I come away from them. It took a long time. Brass is composed of copper and zinc, whereas bronze is made up of copper and tin. I knew it was the ingredients, just to know which ones. But I'll do a full video on it so you can see the actual pictures of them side by side for the color differences, everything. But there's multiple different colors you can have. You can have red brass, yellow brass, everything. It's crazy. The app will be really useful in Northern Ireland, charity shops and car boots. I'm hoping it covers Wales and all, to be honest with you, Nick. Right, I've just found a couple more pieces to share with you, which I didn't realize I had. So I bought a selection of coins from a dealer Thursday in Tilburg. That's the first, which is a Netherlands 2 gallon, and that is a 1959. Now, I'm not 100% sure of the silver content, whether they're 500, 800, but that's a silver coin, and it's a high-grade silver coin. So you got to watch your foreign coins because there's a lot of silver ones out there. This is a 1941 Canada 50 cents, and again, another high-grade. Very high grade. Now, I paid £20 for the job lot. I got more to show you now. This one alone is selling for more than £20. This one, again, they're asking like £15, £20 for. This one, unfortunately, is a bit worn, but we have, where are we? Bear with, an 1896 half crown. It's a little worn, but this one will be sterling, it's British. These two are like, This one here is where's the date? It's 1915 German half mark. And again, it's a very high grade. The gentleman in question actually had a bag full of coins, and he wanted £100 for a bag of coins. And most of them were worn to the point that I'd chuck them straight in my melting pot. But I picked the best out of the bag, said how much, and I'd managed to get the 5 coins off him for £20. And this one is in Australia, 1914 silver shilling. But a bit worn, unfortunately, on this one again. But the half mark is like another £15 coin. So I would imagine there's about £60, £60, £70 of coins per day in those coins, and they were £20. And then I had this, which is a little horn and brass, possibly a little spice box or something. I'll open it up and show you in just a minute. It looks Indian. Maybe some sort of little spice box. Little sort of leaf on the leaf decoration on the top there. I'm not sure, but it looks horn and brass, and that came in for £1. It's just a cheapie. Interesting but cheap. Was there anything else now? Because I've just found them over there. No, I think that was it. That's definitely it this time. Right, let me have a look. Any more? I'm finding more and more of my antique items are going abroad on eBay. Even with the global shipping program, we are starting to look cheap for old items. I'd say 9 out of 10 of my items go overseas. I sell more to America than anywhere in the world. In fact, I do 3 or 4 global priorities a week to America. You can imagine how much my postage bill is. Look forward to English visits. Have you got your passport ready? Johnny Joplins too. I haven't actually got a passport. I haven't got a passport at all. I've got a driver's license, but my passport expired 15 years ago, something like that. 15 years ago. And yep, worldwide. We will do a live. Nick, you can come on, and when you're ready to go, you can come on, and we'll have a chat about it, and you can show everybody, including myself, because I'll probably be one of your first subscribers, and I'll be using it, mate. No, not sure. So, I don't know. What do you think of that haul? I don't know how many of you are like me, interested to see what's inside that thing. Probably nothing, but I don't know why they still have it locked. Yeah. No, but coins that they are silver. Yes. Thank you, Sue. Now I understand. So, I think that's about it. And unless anybody's got anything else they want to know now, quickly before I wrap it up, because it's been an hour and a half again. I didn't realize it was that long, and I got to tidy up. I'm supposed to be home to put the baby to bed at 7 o'clock. That's never going to happen. I got all my stock everywhere. I got to tidy it up and have a cup of tea with Mum. So, yeah. So what I'll probably do is call it there now and say thank you very, very much to everybody who've come on. If anybody wants to visit the website, that's the address there. If anybody wants to support the channel, everything you need to know is in the description. But please subscribe, share the content, put a like, comment, things like that. Helps it with the YouTube algorithm and helps my channel get out there. But I appreciate you coming, and for everybody who joined in, thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. And just quickly, last one before I go. How much would a Claris Cliff ball be worth? It would depend 100% on the pattern. You got Claris Cliff, Celtic Harvest, very low. Bizarre, very high in the hundreds. There's so many different patterns. Send me an email, info@antiquesarena.com with a picture, and I'll get back to you with a price. But other than that, Thank you very much for everybody. Sue, thank you for joining. Stan, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.